Hello there, my name is Rachel. Like to talk about animation, and today we're going to talk about what the Black Cat did to Weenies. And the only person who kind of knows is Creepy Charlie. Let me fully explain. If you don't know what Way is, it's basically sort of in-universe in Villainous, sort of Teletubbies. They appear on episode 3. During this time, Black Cat would actually watching cable to entertain himself, but you know what Black Cat works, that every time he's bored, he want to do evil to entertain himself. He changed the channel, see the infant educational show Ways that decided to torture them, ruin their lives, and burn them to the ground. That's the only thing we actually know in watching the viewers. After that, they sort of disappear on the show. Now, if you don't know who is Creepy Charlie, I made a personal video to explain who she is on my playlist. If you don't, you want a simple explanation, she basically the Lois Lane of Villainous, that she only does blogs. After that, we're just talking about the blog. But in Creepy Charlie blog, it fully continues what actually happened to it, but it did it sort of a creepy sort of pasta. But understand, Creepy Charlie doesn't really know what actually happened to him. It's just the information she got in her world. Let's get started in the blog of Creepy Charlie. This is Sunday, February 13, 2022, basically last year. Title, Creepypasta, the last broadcast of the Way show. Between my strange dreams and I having lately and the stress of college, I will give myself a pleasure upload of something classical as a creepypasta. This will be a long text, but I was wanting to upload this quickly sometime, and I will like to do this creepypasta as coming out of the video as my friend Master 2002 with everything and the images very carefully edited that video. And something interesting and disturbing this video, my friend Master 2002 uploaded to very websites that was basically deleted sometime soon. Well, his consent or explanation why they actually deleted that video specifically. Not to mention that much, but the website he actually uploaded that also was deleted off the website also without any explanation. Well, I will leave you with the creepypasta taken directly from the video of Manograsser 2022. Now, everything I read right now next is basically was the creepypasta of the Way is. Let's get started. It's been almost 2 weeks since that event. It's still going on to be that date. I cannot recover from that moment of my life. It's been more bizarre and terrible experience I have ever had. It all started on a Tuesday about 3 o'clock in early morning approximately. He was suffering for insomnia about 2 years, 4 weeks, and for some reason, only to recover my drowsiness is watching classical program, political debates, or preschool children programming, or some boring document show early in the morning on television that nobody is watching. It took me a few minutes to change the channel but find something very boring and bland. It was then that I saw the curtain showing of the programming children called the Weenies show. This program is intended for a general audience. It focuses on children's series with the dynamic tendencies to like more other series of preschools. In a way, it seems they send moderately similar messages to children as the fact that give an understanding of viewers when you are emotionally too attached to the characters so you can never stop watching, and additionally buying their own merch to the continuous on the show. Other than that, the programming is pretty mediocre. Of course, I'm not the target audience. The main characters are supposed to be a mutated bear or alien from the color called Uni Ana y Uro. Additionally to the sun with a face is basically disturbing, but supposed to be a guy or mentor from the weenies. For further discussion, who is the green puppet who seeming having a kind of antenna who has a sort of a green daughter sign? Evil is a monotone color blue and with a very grateful stupid look on his face. Seems to also be assessed with social networking. Now there was Ubu, who is the shortest of the 3 but the smallest size, but compensated by the big ears and eyes he actually has. And according to me, he probably have some sort of disorder or something like that. Finally, there's the son who always has a very deep voice and keep changing his voice to exaggerate certain words for the weenies. The part of the chapter of the weenies, they usually trying to solve a problem with the power of friendship or help of the son. Although they always try to fill the statements of phrasing and words. I guess this is the reason why it caught me to fall asleep every time I watch this show. Now, a few minutes when I actually pass to fall asleep, when they just normally just talk about some dialogue, something happened. Suddenly, the screen went black. I woke up instantly automatically because I thought the power is off or something like that. But then I saw the TV still is on since the power button is on the television. But I felt the notice that the screen is still black, which made me think that the screen has been broken down. But suddenly, something was showing in the television. Two simple dots looking at me. A terrible fear took hold of me when I feel I cannot move my body. I couldn't even blink or move my eyes, much I want to close them. Almost immediately after that, it kind of blow rumble in my ears, like if a huge animal is ready to jump atop of me and devour me. I'm sure my heart was beating so fast that even my own thoughts could not make me move. My body shattered with each expectation. Suddenly, the screen turned on and the scenes turned statically. The characteristic white noise of the light of the signal. Soon, a silhouette was bringing down the light little by little, middle of the whole screen. It is the figure is approaching. It's like it was inside the TV. Then Uwu first appeared. It seems as he was charging with his own two hands of the glass of the TV. His appearance was totally insane. Where he was, his eyes would be two dark, empty sockets, which should be his eyes, from which it animated. It looked like has sort of dark liquid with his mouth with kind of circle holes with teeth on it. His voice, once childish, now turned on in the gutter whisper. He wants you, he said very faintly. Immediately afterwards, he saw us once again another darkness. Silhouette on Otto's right side, quickly and appearing slowly and gently. That seems that he come from the television like his brother. It was you, or so it seems, since now he was open vertically, split in half, showing something in between, like tentacle things popping out between his open chest. Once again, softly saying, he always have been watching you. Soon after, another silhouette reappeared next to the bears. Now on the left side, it was Yuo. His face was no less deformed than the rest of the weenies. Where used to be his face would be one big round hole covered with fangs, like sort of like a leech. His voice is like the others, quietly and calm and terrifying, saying very quietly, he always gives you, always wants you. A few seconds passed and the screen went dark again. And a few moments later, the singer returned, this time showing what appears to be a recording of the sun. But it's not the cartoonish character of the show, but it's the real one. At any given time, the camera zooms in to the sun and approaches in the rings of fire. There was a kind of technical connection, twisting and turning, as if it was leading to something in the sun. It was almost if the sun was a huge creature unmeasured in size. In the vacuum of the universe, I don't know how long it was, but that vision was unbelievably horrible. Suddenly, it rumbled again, the bellows I heard before. I was totally motionless when they actually spoke, a very terrible sound, not like the weenies, a completely different sound. Eternal glory for your terrible majesty. My vision began to fade little by little. The last thing I remember, I was leaning in the armchair in the living room, lit by the daylight slipping through the windows. The TV was off, and it seems that the moment I came to the thought that everything was sort of a nightmare. But it seems the experience was so live, I didn't think it was actually a dream. I don't know what meaning of all this has, or does have some truth to it, but I do know something. I would never see that program the same way ever again. And in fact, every time I watch something related to the weenies show, I shiver and my heart starts to pump really hard. But also a strange fascination to want to remember every single detail of the horror experience so I can share this for some other people so I do not feel alone for my own fears. Well, that was the creepypasta of the last transmission of the Wee show. It's curious because there are several stories of this show, taking into account that was a children's programming show. To take an example, recently a creepypasta emerged from the show, where it is the side character of the son seemingly taking some of the rays of his own eyes, burning completely off the weenies. When they try to flee in despair, for some reason this show seems to attract very dark, evil influences. Seeing Evie's face, his reaction of terrifying vanish. And that's basically it of this blog. That's it. I got really nothing else to say. That it feels that Creepy Charlie doesn't realize that actually did happen in the real world, or at least their real world, that she probably thinks is still a creepy pasta story that actually did happen in the show. Once again, that's why they use Creepy Charlie, to give you sort of the supernatural point of view of things of her respective. Besides that, I got really nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.